Hello, you all. I'm Dianna Brianne, and I am going to give you all a few minutes to come on. I have decided to come on approximately 4 o'clock some days, probably most days I will come on. And on weekends, it will probably be closer to around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I don't know if anyone is going to come on this time of day because, well, most people are out and about and they're not home at this time. So either way, I'm going to do a live. And if those of you jump on, wonderful and welcome. And if you don't jump on, you can watch it later in replay land. But what I'm going to do right now is I need to go over to my other computer and share this out. And if you would like to share this out, I would more than be happy for you to do so. So let me go over there and I will be right back and just going to share it. And let me see, I have to refresh this page. I have 3 computers. This is a kitchen area. It's not a living room. And a lot of people think it's a living room, but it's not. And oops, I gotta put that on. Okay, so it's not a living room, it's a kitchen. And so I have a little couch here, and this is my homeschool area that I used to homeschool in. So it's got 3 computers, and let me put live, jump on. Now remember, I have 2 Facebook pages, and one is maxed out, and the other is a public page that anyone can come on, and it's under my name. And that one has about 12,000 people on it. And you're very welcome to message me on that one or whatever you would like. Okay. I used to post a lot over there, and then Facebook changed the rules. And the way it works is no one can jump on my, no one can see my posts unless they do the little arrow that comes down. It says see first, follow first, see first. Otherwise, like pages, fan pages, public pages, business pages don't get seen. So those 12,000 people that I have on there, probably 1 or 200 actually see the posts come down the news feed, and the rest of them don't unless they come directly to the page. So if you go there and you want to see my postings or my videos or whatever, you will need to go and click follow first. I also, people can message me on that channel, on that page. Now on my private page, I have 5,000, and that's the most you're allowed. And so no one can come on there. And if I get messages that someone is not part of that page, I won't receive the message. It goes to a different inbox. So, but I do receive the messages to my public page. Okay. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me look at the messages here for a moment. And then you all can friend connect with each other. If I come on every day, I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about. I have a lot of wisdom. And so what I'm going to do is, as you're all connecting with each other, hey, Brenda Lane, hold on, Brenda Lane. Wait a minute, you're going to become a mod. Let me make Brenda Lane a moderator. There she goes. And good. And so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to share wisdom notes with you all. And that way, some of you who want to hear my wisdom, my insights, you'll be hearing them. For others, you can friend connect on here and make friends with each other. Now, the only thing that I ask is that you be polite to each other, you follow the YouTube guidelines, and that you're polite to me. I don't take personal questions. And if you insist on personal questions, you might get blocked. So, like, where do you live? I'm not going to tell you. I live in a small golfing community. I'll tell you that. It's a wonderful place. But I don't give out personal information unless it's very general. Like, I'm a mom, I'm 62 years old, I have 3 young adult kids and a husband of 30 years. That I'll tell you. Okay, but if it's really personal, no, it's not anyone's business any more than you should share your business. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So let me see before I get started. A lot of wonderful friends are on here. Thank you for coming on. I see Wild Style. Now, Wild Style, what's interesting about him is he told me that he's been on my channel for several years. And, you know, I just went public 2 months ago. And even though my page was open to the public, it was not promoted. I've never promoted it in any way. It was designed for my connection and my wisdom videos for family and friends, especially my children and my husband. If, I wanted those to always be up. And so Wild Side, he somehow came on my channel years ago, and I just found that out. But most everybody is new on here within the last 2 months, because that's when I was talked into going more public, and I did, and my channel grew pretty fast. And now this is very, very new to me to come and do a live. Now, I did lives on Facebook. I did a lot of them, but never, ever on YouTube. And it's very different on YouTube because it's a very open public forum. You can't pick and choose who comes on. And I do have trolls. And how I got my trolls, as many of you know, I went over to people's channels that I should not have gone to, made a nice comment, and people who did not like those people came over to my channel. So that's kind of how it happened. But you know what? We pray for trolls. We wish them the best. We know that they live in their grandmother's basement in the dark, and this is all they have to do. So we pray for them, wish them well, and then we block them. Okay? So let me see here. Music reaction. Hello. I would love to do music on here, but I'm afraid I'll get blocked. How about I troll you like buttons? Let's see. Yeah, so, you all can just kind of connect and make friendships. You can make, hey, the Yarn Hag, hold on. I'm going to make you a moderator. You're going to be a moderator. You have a very important job. Okay. Let's see. I think I got you there. Yep. Gotcha. And, being a moderator, I didn't even know what a moderator did or what they were supposed to do, but people were making me a moderator. And the little blue wrench means that they are a moderator, that they can zap the trolls and get them blocked from the page really, really quick. And so they monitor the news feed if I can't see everything. And I will tell you too, that at the end of the live, I go back and I read every single comment. Okay. And if possible, I try to answer you if you ask me a question. If I don't see it right now, because there's a lot of them, I will be back and I will answer your question. Because Wild Side, he asked me, kept saying, well, how could I be on your channel for a number of years if you just went public? Well, I was always public, but not promoted. And I never promoted myself. I didn't want to promote myself. I didn't want to be public, but I wanted my family and my friends to have access to me. Okay. So that's kind of how it worked. And so basically, yeah, so that's kind of, I've only been up 2 months. And Brenda Lane and Noni asked me to do lives. And I thought, I don't know about this, with my trolls. And I have a family. I have 3 young adult children who live at home, who go to college. So my house is chaotic. And I can do my 5-minute videos. And if they walk in front of the camera, I can just edit that out. But this is a live. I can't edit if someone walks by in their underwear. And you never know in my house. You never know in my house. And I have a husband, and he golfs all the time. He loves to golf. And when he's not traveling for his work, he golfs. And he is a typical golfer, wears the golf outfit. And I always know what to buy him for Christmas. I buy him golf shirts. So, but I just want you all to know that I am here. I don't give advice. I don't give suggestions. I just share with you how I see life and how I live my life and how I perceive different problems. So I'll talk about all kinds of problems. I won't talk politics, okay, because it's very divisive, but I will talk pretty much every other subject and give you my opinion on it. So if you ever have an opinion or you ever have a question, I'm happy to answer that for you, okay, to the best of my ability. And my friends call me the medium, but I'm not a medium. They say I hear wisdom like the medium hears dead people. And I do. I do. I have forever. Since I was little, I pulled out this morning my wisdom notes. Now I write down scribble notes every morning as I'm waking up, and they're all scribble. So you may get some scribble notes, or you may get some of the ones I've transferred over to the computer. And I can tell you, I have thousands and thousands and thousands of wisdom notes, and it's just my gift. But we all have wisdom, and we all have that gift. It's just that somewhere I tapped in on it. I think for me, it was a survival thing early on, because I had some rough moments in my early years, and as many of us have. And I think it was a survival mode. I think I learned to survive through my wisdom. And I think that's why I am so highly tuned to people. I can feel a person's vibrations. I can feel what a person is like. And yeah, I can really sense a lot about people. I can sense things where I'm not even at. And I'm not psychic, but I can sense things away from me. And I've known things that I had no way of knowing. So let me get my glasses back on here so I can see you better. And we will take a look at the comments. Yes, Anuka. Those are my paintings. I have about 1,000 paintings I have done, and those are more recent. Those are my recent ones. And I paint. My home is covered with my paintings, and I will tell you a little bit about how. Oh yes, thank you, Paul. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thumbs up. Absolutely. Yes, and the Yarn Hag remembers, I learned to paint in my kitchen. Hello, Paula Dan. Paula Dean. Hey, Jeff, from my house to your house. God bless you. Actually, Paula Dean had a home real close to mine, because one of my homes is, I don't tell you where I live now. I mean, I live 2 places, but I don't tell you where one of the places is. But since it's so public, I live part-time on Tybee Island, Georgia, and I will tell you that it's a small island off of Savannah. And yeah, Paula Dean is from Savannah, so she has a wonderful restaurant there. Wonderful restaurant. And oh, Noni May, great, thank you. Now I have 3 troll catchers, okay, 3 troll zappers. And we are from Last Honda's Fabulous Life. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you have started sharing. You make my day. Oh, thank you, Wild Style. Just come on here and connect with each other. Build your channels with new friendships. And come on here, get to know each other. I don't mind you filling up my news feed with hello, John, or hello, Nancy, or whatever. It's a connect for your channel, build your channel. I'm all for that. You can't use the S word. You all know what that is. I didn't, a lot of these things I didn't know. When I started out 2 months ago, I got reprimanded on someone else's channel because I said, the S word, which you can't say. You say connect. I'm going to connect with you, or I'm going to be your friend, or something like that. So I've learned a lot in these last 2 months. And so I'm learning a lot. And I've got so many amazing people. Sis, I love so much you are going live. I've loved you since I've met you. Oh, thank you, Noni May. Thank you. And I love you. And, Brenda Land and Noni May and so many others I have on here. The Yarn Hag, she's wonderful. These people are wonderful. So if you want to connect with them, do connect. We're all in this together, and we're all here to support Hey Walsh Farms. Wonderful, wonderful. And I I drive between 2 states. So sometimes you'll see me in a different location on the beach. And so, you know, I never know what I'm going to, but usually I'm here in my home here in the golfing community, but you will see me in 2 places. I'm doing good, God, the good one. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm just so happy that you all have come here and just jumped on. I really, really, from other lovely channel streams. So yeah, come on, connect with each other, build your channels, behave yourself so you don't get blocked, because, you know, I wish, you know, people that don't listen to rules, I wish them the best. I pray for them, but I block them. And like I said, if anyone is ever out of place, I do block them. I don't have a problem. It's not that I'm being mean. It's just that I don't have time for that. In my real life, well, this is my real life. Virtual life is a real life, but in my in-person life, I'm very, you know, very conscientious about the people I associate with. And if someone's rude, I walk away. I don't give anybody any time that is not nice. And so I just don't have time for it, you know. Will flag your content 3 things, cussing more than 3 emojis. Yeah, no emojis, no emojis. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Diana, your home is so lovely and inviting. I have to keep telling you, and you are as beautiful on the inside as you are on the outside. You are a blessing to me from God. Oh, Noni, you are so wonderful. And I love going on Brenda's and Noni's channels, especially. I go on them in the evening because I feel like I'm with my sisters, you know, we're like grandmothers. You know, I'm 62 years old. And a lot of people don't know that because I take wonderful care of myself. I get out there, do 5-mile runs a day, work out 3 hours at the gym. I am vegan. I juice. I've been doing this for years. So, you know, I'm 29 forever, but I'm really 62. And I'm married to a younger man for 30 years. He's 5 years younger, and he's a hottie. He's really good looking. You'll see him one day. You'll see him. Super Dave. Wait a minute, Super Dave. I'm coming after you. Make you a moderator. Let me move my mouse here. Super Dave, I'm going to get you right there. Let me get you. Add moderator. Great job. Super Dave, you are now a moderator. And let me tell you about Super Dave. Super Dave has an amazing channel. He has an amazing personality. And I would love for you to connect on Super Dave's channel, Super Dave 007. These are channels that I go on, Noni's, Brenda's, Super Dave's, and I have a few others too, and I just have to jog my memory right now. But Super Dave is really a great channel to go on. I've got to know him, and he promotes a good message. And, you know, my message is good. What are you promoting? You know, look at people. What are they promoting? You know, I'll tell you the truth. Thank you. Your paintings are lovely, by the way. Simple yet, but confined to any style. Yeah, they have no particular style. I never know what I'm going to paint. You know, how I started painting was about 20 years ago. My kids were babies, and I can take my glasses off to tell you this story because I get up to put my glasses over there so they don't fall on the floor and break. I have one broken pair of glasses. How I started was we were living down in Texas and Central Texas, and I had 3 small children. I think they were 4, 5, and 6. Or 3, 4, and 5. It was something like that. And I couldn't get out of the house. And so my husband and I and the kids, we went down to Salado, Texas. And we went to all these art shops, and they were like $5,000 a painting. And I told my husband, I said, you know what? I'm going to go home and I'm going to learn to paint. I've never had an art class, never have had an art class to this day. By the way, if we get cut off, because the other day my sound went out, and if we do, I'm going to restart. So just jump back on. If you lose me or we get cut off or the sound goes out, I will go back on. I'll shut out and go back on. Okay. And so what happened was I went to Walmart I put my kids in one of those Walmart 3-seater carts, you know, those big 3-seater carts, and I wheeled them around, and I put canvases and oil paints in my cart. And I went home and I started painting in the carport. We have carport down there. And I started painting, and I've never stopped. 20 years later, I would stand out at night after my kids went to bed in the carport or in the kitchen, and I would paint and paint and paint, and our house got filled up. And so it was kind of a snooty bunch of women I was around at the time, and I'm not snooty, you know, I'm just me. And so they would come over and they would see all of these paintings, and I think it was more jealousy than anything, and they would kind of snicker a little bit, you know, look at her house, she's got paintings everywhere. You know, I have to tell you though, those women weren't nice, and I just smiled and was nice to them back. And I can tell you, I found out later that all but one ended up in a divorce. And the one who didn't get a divorce had really a rocky marriage. And I wish them the best. I wish everyone the best. But you know, when you're mean and you're not nice, you don't get anything good in life. It backfires on you. But so I was talking about going over to other people's channels, and you know, I have some amazing, wonderful channels, and I made a decision. I'm not going to the garbage dumps anymore, because sometimes I'll go over and check people's channels out, and I see this bickering, and they got a lot of people on their channel. I can tell you, there's a couple out there that are just, their lives are doing fantastic. They're doing as good as mine. And, you know, I mean, and it's just nasty. They're promoting nastiness, bitterness, fighting, all of that. And you know what? I'm not that. I'm here to promote a good message, harmony, and, you know, pulling your life together, getting unstuck, following your dreams, following your passion, being happy, living your best life, how to be healthy. You know, look at me. I'm 62. I want to be a role model to people who are in my age group. I want to show them that you don't have to be broken and worn out. You can take care of your health, and you can have amazing relationships. I've been married 30 years. Okay. And I have an amazing marriage. And yet I'm going to tell you that I'm back in college at 62 years old, taking advanced college courses. And I have no idea why I did it. I'm studying law classes. And you know what? I drive an hour to and from. But I have to tell you the amazing thing. And here I am, a 62-year-old woman. They say that men don't look at women past the age of 30. Let me tell you, baby, that's not true. I come home and tell my husband, you know, I say, honey, you wouldn't believe this, you know. So don't think that you're over the hill. You're not over the hill. Okay. You are not. I don't care if you're 60, 70. When I'm 90, I'm going to be out there on the running trail, I hope. And even if I'm hobbling, I'll be out there. Okay. Well, so I want to share a little bit of my wisdom with you, and you just all keep connecting. And I have to do the glasses. Oh my gosh, I have to do the glasses again. Okay. It's either you are born with it or not. You do have the lines and passion very interesting. Thank you. Thank you. Stopping by to say God bless you. Oh, thank you, Mark. And remember, I read every one of these comments after I get off. So the ones I miss, I'm going to read them. Okay. Michelle, hold on. Hold on, Michelle. Let me get you too. You're a moderator. Let me see if I can get you there. Got it. Okay. Got it. Okay, good. Am I still on? Okay, hopefully I'm on, because nothing's moving. Let me know. Let me know. Okay, there we go. There we go. You're right, Diana. When I put up a little makeup and dress up and go out, I even get flirted with, and I have gray hair. I know it's more than awesome person. It's about feeling good about yourself. When you feel good about yourself, whether you're 500 pounds, 200 pounds, 90 pounds, skinny, gray hair, blonde hair, long hair, short hair, it doesn't matter. When you feel good about yourself, you attract in what you want. Okay. Now, I'm not looking for another man, obviously, but it's just funny. You know, one guy, I dropped my books, and this is a while back, last semester, I dropped my books all over the place, and this guy stopped to help me, and then he asked me out to lunch, and I said, thank you very much. You've really flattered this 62-year-old woman. He was like in his early 30s. And I said, but you know what? I'm married. But it was flattering. I came home and told my husband. I couldn't wait to tell my husband. I tell him everything, you know. Yeah, that's absolutely wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So I hope you're connecting with each other. I hope you're doing that. And so what I'm going to do while you're all connecting, and if you have a question, I'm happy to answer it as long as it's respectful. And Craving Crockett, hello, hello. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my wisdom notes, just random notes. And, you know, some of them I'll talk a little bit in detail and some of them I won't. Okay. That way, those of you that want to hear some wisdom from me can listen. Those of you that don't, you can, you know, just chat with each other. Okay. And like I said, I'll read all your comments at the end. Well, I did a video, you know, I love to do my 5-minute videos, you know, with Grandma's Porch and all that, and the music. And so I did a video last night called, Do You Wear People Out? You know, complainers wear people out. They don't want to be around them. People who brag all the time. People who are negative all the time. People who just don't shut up. You know, they wear people out. Don't be one of those people that wear people out. Okay. Just make sure you're not, never married, no children, still in love with my first girl I met and was taken away from me, but I enjoy life till I go back and reunite with her in the eternal light. Very good, Anuka. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much. Well, so don't wear people out. Okay. And be prepared for when things don't go right. You know, often people, I believe that there's two kinds of optimists. There's the smart optimist and there's the foolish optimist. And the foolish optimist only believes in thinking about positivity. And I'm a smart optimist. I realize there's negative out there and things don't always work the way we want them to work. I'm going to give my very best and I'm going to be prepared for if things don't work out so I can navigate through or around it. And people who are foolish optimists don't do that. I am loud and hyper and happy and have been told I'm energy vampire, but I don't mean to be. Oh, no, you're not an energy vampire, Noni May. When you're on these lives, you can't just sit and listen because you're stuck talking. So no, you know, I'm a very good listener, by the way. If you come to me in person and we're talking or on the phone, I listen much more than I talk. But on here, I talk. Okay, I'm a good talker, but I'm a great listener. Okay. Let's see. Do you have a Band-Aid on your arm? Yes, I do. No, Dave. The long story short, you must have missed all of my drama. About 2 weeks ago, I bumped into a piece of furniture in the middle of the night without the light on. I recommend everyone having a light in the middle of the night. And so what happened was I cut my toe and I hobbled around for a week and it got better. And then I took because it still hurt, I took my shoe off at the gym doing aerobics because I couldn't do the aerobics with the shoe because it hurt me. And my toe got infected. So I had to go to the doctors and get antibiotics. And so I went and I got antibiotics. And they gave me antibiotics. And they gave me a shot. Well, I had a tetanus shot, so I got a tetanus shot too. So I'm doing much better. My foot still hurts a little bit. I went to the gym. I did a full workout last night. I did not do the aerobics because I didn't want to put that much pressure on my foot at this time. But I did the elliptical for an hour on level 16. And I did, what else did I do? The machines, and normally I swim. And yesterday I did a 5-mile run. So that was a lot in one day while my foot is still healing. So the Band-Aid is from a tetanus shot. Okay, because I was due for a tetanus shot. Yes, Noni May, you are a good listener. You are a wonderful listener. And so, yeah. Okay. So, you know what? Be one of a kind. You know, there is nobody else like you, and there's no one else like me. But I'm so surprised that people try to emulate and be like somebody else. I don't want to be like anybody else. I love who I am. And so I'm just going to be the best me, one of a kind that I can be. So be one of a kind, be uniquely you, and be the best uniquely you that you can be. Okay. Oh, I forgot to tell you all my good news today. Well, um, today, my daughter got her first apartment, and we looked like the Beverly Hillbillies. I have to tell you, we looked like Hee Haw and the Beverly Hillbillies combined. I have a great big new pickup truck. And my sons and I loaded the furniture into that we had got for her apartment, and we loaded it up into the truck, and we had it strapped down, loaded completely. And there I was driving down the road with all of this furniture strapped to the truck, going about 10 miles an hour this morning to get it to her new apartment, which is just about, a couple miles down the road. And she's 21. This is her first apartment, and she's very, very excited. And so I went over and I helped her this morning. And then I told her I would let her decorate it the way she wants, But she's so excited. And I was so excited to help her. And so she got her first apartment. And it's not really bittersweet. I thought it would be bittersweet, but I'm very excited. She needs to step out. I was living on my own at 17. I left home at 17, and I had a big 65 Chevy Impala and a red one, and it roared through town. And we paid $75 for it, and my stepfather redid it, and it still kind of shimmied and shook a bit. And I took off at 17 years old, and away I went in my polyester floral blouse, my bell-bottom pants, a pair of sandals, and a purse. And I went to the big city, which was really a very small town and a southern town. And I went there, got a job. I became the head hostess of a pizzeria. Now, I had to lie and tell them I was 18 when I was really 17 because they sold liquor there. But back then, they really didn't check. So I was just head hostess at 17 years old of the pizza parlor. And my first apartment there was $9 a week. And it was in an old mansion. And they turned it into a bunch of like little mini apartments. And most of them were old ladies or ladies of questionable values. And I wasn't either. And so I lived there for about 6 months. My bed had a big, like a big sinking part to it. So I couldn't sleep on it. I had to sleep on the floor. My sink was a pickle barrel because I had to carry it down to the community bathroom. And so I did all that, that's what I did. And so I'm going to get a swig of coffee here. My vice, excuse me. My mouth got a little bit dry from talking. And so I moved to this apartment, and so at 17 years old, I remember walking to church on Sunday, and I met this man, very, very handsome man, probably in his early 30s, and he took a liking to me. Well, lo and behold, he would show up at my door, and there was a community door, to this mansion. This is an old mansion. And so, that was number one. Then number two, at night, there would be a man, and this sounds like something out of a thriller movie. A man in a trench coat would stand under the lamp post outside, and then he would come up to the door, and the old ladies would answer it, and he would ask where I was. But I never saw this man. Well, somehow my mama, she found out about it. So she brought her big white Le Mans car down there and packed me up and sent me off to college. Where I met the young guy who was a year older than me while we were at a summer lake, who ended up with 100 parking tickets. And he gave me a ride home and in his new van and back to the dormitories. Well, he got arrested on the way home for the 100 parking tickets, and I had to drive the van to the jail. Well, I didn't really know this guy. I just met him that day. He was really cute. And so I got to the jail, and the policeman said, well, your boyfriend wants you to come back and talk to him. And I said, he's not my boyfriend. I just met him today. Well, he says you're his girlfriend. So I go back and, they have like the little window that you talk through. And so he puts his hands up there and he said, would you please be my girlfriend? Would you please be my girlfriend? I said, let me think on this. I didn't have to think long. And I never saw him again. But that was, the cute guy with 100 parking tickets. So, yeah. So my life has been a lot of stories, and I love to share them. And one day I'll come on here and share about my Hollywood days. When I moved out to Hollywood, and I met young doctor in love, and I was madly in love with this young doctor, and he was madly in love with me. And then I ended up at the famous mansion. That's a whole nother story, the famous mansion. And I was like 22 years old. And so those are a lot of fun stories. I'll tell you all on another day. And see, I can't, I have 20/20 vision, but not to read anymore. At 62, I really need the glasses. So I'm certain that Noni May and Brenda and Super Dave are watching my channel. I worked down there at chemical plant near Savannah. Super Dave, you worked at Savannah. So my home, one of my homes, and this is not where I'm at right now, is on Tybee Island. And I lived down there. And my kids were all babies on the island. And I used to pull them in the little red rider wagon on the beach every day, and we would feed the seagulls. My children were so small that all three could fit in the rider wagon, and I would pull them along the beach, and we would just feed the seagulls. And so I love Tybee Island, which is connected indirectly to Savannah by a little tiny bridge. And it's just a beautiful little island. Beautiful, beautiful. I love to go down there quite often. And so I'll do a video from, Tybee Island, from my, when I'm down there. I was down there a few months ago, and I did a whole bunch of videos over on Facebook. And like I said, you all can connect with me over on Facebook on my public page. Remember, I have two pages, my public page, not my private page, because my private page is maxed out. And my public page can have unlimited. So it's under my name. Just send me a message if you want to chit chat or whatever, And so then I moved to California, and that was a whole different life. And like I said, I'll talk to you about that again. So back to the wisdom notes. And while you're connecting and making new friends and getting to know each other and getting to know me, and if you fall asleep because of the wisdom notes, you can just keep connecting with each other. Okay, build your channels up. Build your channels up. I can tell you over on Facebook, it probably took me a month, and I ended up with 5,000 people. How I ended up with 5,000 people, I have no idea. My public page, before they changed the rules, I got 12,000 people on there. And I mean, it just happened. But when they changed the rules, how they promote it now, it's really messed up, in my opinion. And so I'm happy I'm over here. I kind of got frustrated over there with how they were doing things. And so I came over here to YouTube, and I love YouTube. Been here 2 months, been here 10 years, but not publicly, and 2 months publicly. And so that's where I've met most of you in the last 2 months. And so I'm really, really happy. And I can't believe how my channel has really grown. I'm just amazed, absolutely amazed, when it was truly designed just for my kids, my husband, my family, and my friends originally, So I have like 5,000 wisdom videos, or actually about 8,000, but not all of them are opened. And you all have to go look at this one. Oh my gosh, it's like 11 years old. Go pull it up right now while you're on here. You are going to crack up. It's called DIANNA BRIANNE, Harper Valley PTA. Oh my gosh, where do you see that? Classic retro DIANNA BRIANNE from about 10 years ago. And oh my gosh, you are going to get a hoot, because it's almost embarrassing. Classic DIANNA BRIANNE, Harper Valley PTA, the mom with the short dress, and all that. So you got to look that one up and let me know if you've watched it, because it's a good one. It's from when I first started out, had no clue how to do this, because I was just doing it for family and friends. I never, ever thought anybody would ever see these videos. And most of them are wisdom videos. You know, for my kids, as they grow up, they can go, hey, what would mom say? What would mom say if she was in this situation? So I covered 8,000 topics. You know, 8,000 topics is a lot of topics. So I never run out of things to say. Never, never, never. So, okay, here we go again. Oh, Ruby, are you on here? Is Ruby on here? Hey, Ruby, if you're on here, great to see you. That's another great channel. You got to go on. Ruby has this amazing energy, and I'm going to tell you about Ruby. Go on Ruby's channel. She usually comes on late at night too. She's so funny. I don't know how old you are, Ruby. You're pretty young, but she gets on there and she puts wigs on and she dances around, and she's great. She's great. It's a great place to connect. So, you know, do come on Ruby's channel as well. And thank you, Chris. I don't know what Chris Rodmaker said, but thank you, Noni. Thank you for watching everything. Thank you, whatever was said. Thank you, Noni, for watching out. You know, I will get a troll on here. And I don't know if he was a troll. I don't know who's trolls, but you know, this is the thing about trolls. They are unhappy people that look for people. And you know, what you say out of your mouth reflects who you are. It doesn't reflect anything about the other person. The questions you ask reflect who you are. And if you ask invasive questions or you say something that's derogatory about somebody that you should not, you know, even if you think it, you don't say it. You know, stupid people say anything that comes out of their mouth. And so, you know, he was a troll. Thank you, Noni May. I've never seen him before, but thank you. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. And, you know, that's what happens. That's what happens. I went on this one woman's channel, and I'm not going to tell you who her name is, but a lot of you would know her. She dances. She's very skinny. She dances, and she is she's kind of crude, I have to say, but she's very interesting. And I have to say that she's monetized and she makes good money. And I think the reason she makes good money is because everyone on her channel is a troll. I mean, if you read the comments, the other night I read the comments and there was like 50. There was not one complimentary comment. You know, I mean, they're nasty comments, but she, I think, actually provokes the trolls to come on her page, come on her channel, because they're the ones, you know, making her money. But I don't want to make money off of trolls, not me. Okay. And they will leave on their own because they aren't getting their attention. Well, you know, Craven Crockett, I just pray for them and then I boot them off. You know, I wish them well. I don't wish anyone anything bad. I wish everybody everything good. But, you know, trolls and people that are unhappy and people that are nasty, and they'll say anything. You know, they say some mean stuff out there. I go on some of these things and, oh my gosh, the mean stuff that people say, it doesn't even make sense. You know, they just come out of the blue with anything that they can say. And, lovely people get trolled the most, I think, because the trolls don't troll each other. They troll nice people. They troll people like me. And so I'm trolled. I've trolled big time. And they need love. They don't have any love in their life. You know that. Trolls don't have any love. And so they get a momentary pleasure. It's very short-lived, but they get momentary pleasure by saying something nasty to someone in, you know, a derogatory sense, because it gives them a feeling of superiority for that moment. But it doesn't last. And then they go back to their isolation in their grandmother's basement, in the corner, in the dark with their computer, and look for someone else, you know, because they don't have a real life. They're not happy. And let's see, eBay, welcome eBay. Welcome everyone. I know I've missed so many of your names, you know, because half the time I don't wear my glasses, but I'm going to tell you that I will go back and I will read your comments. Okay. And, on here totally out of my character, and you know I'm not sorry if needed to be said. Thank you, Noni May. You're very, very good. And you know what, Noni May? Don't even bother arguing with them. Just put them off. Just put them off. Just block them and just get them off of here when they are doing something that is not nice. Because you know what? There's too many nice people, especially if they say something unkind to one of you. You know, I can handle people being nasty to me because I'm a pro at it. But I don't want other people that come on my channel, that are visiting my channel, to someone to say something nasty about them. You know, people, you know, are going to say something nasty about a 62-year-old. You know, how much can you say nasty about a 62-year-old mom of 3 kids and a husband? But you can. Trolls can find something to say. And let me see. Thank you, Anuka. Thank you. You know, I just don't worry about them. I know they're unhappy. So that's, you know, a lot of unhappy people in the world. And, you know, unfortunately, a lot of unhappy people just don't want people to be happy. You know, they just don't, they don't want that. They don't want you to be happy, because if you're happy, well, they're not going to be happy about that, because it makes them feel even more unhappy. So let them, you know, let them put, you know, say something mean or derogatory. That's what they'll do. Okay, so back to the wisdom. Let's see if I can read some of the bigger notes. I got one. How a person exits a situation reflects who they are. You know, some people go into a situation full of energy and they give their best and they give their best face and they do everything right. But when they're ready to leave, they're done with it. They're nasty. They leave on a bad note. They leave sloppy. They leave, you know, they exit really bad. And those people don't do well with their future because it's a pattern. I believe in leaving a place better than when I entered. Okay? Better than when I entered. And I believe that how I exit will determine how I enter my future. And so if someone leaves your home and, you know, they're really nice in the beginning, and then you said, hey, can you help me with the dishes? Oh, no, I can't help you with the dishes. Well, okay, you're not going to get invited back. You better help me with the dishes. You better help me with the dishes. And let's see. I'm going to look back, Craven Crockett. I don't have my glasses on, so I have to come back and read your comment. Okay, so yeah, so leave better than when you came. Your goodbyes are just as important as your hellos. So when you're saying goodbye to someone, take your time. Take your time. Look at them in the eyes and say, I've really enjoyed talking to you today. Okay? Stay out of other people's lane. You know, wisdom's my lane. You want to talk wisdom? I'll talk to you about wisdom. Politics is not my lane. Okay? Politics is not my lane. If I try to get over into the political lane, I'm probably going to get in a wreck or something, because that's not my lane. Okay? But people shouldn't come over into my lane either. You know, I mean, unless they are unless they are with wisdom, or this is what they do. You know, it'd be like someone coming over and correcting somebody and the person doing the correcting has no clue what they're talking about. So always stay in your lane. And where you will have problems is when you get out of your lane. And so I don't do politics because it's not my lane. Now, there's a lot of people that do, and sometimes I'll jump on their channel, but I'm very careful in my commenting. I just say nice channel or whatever, because that's not my lane. That's not my specialty. Okay. People who brag. Oh my goodness. We've all known them. People who brag. You know, people who brag really tire you out really quick. We've got to be careful. Are we ringing our own bell, like I talked about in the video the other night, or are we bragging? There's a very fine line. I believe in ringing our own bell. Absolutely. I ring my own bell all the time. I'll tell you who I am. I'll tell you what I'm about. I'll tell you that I'm an artist, tell you I painted 1,000 paintings, because otherwise you're not going to know. But where does it come that I'm starting to brag? When you will know that you're starting to brag when you diminish someone else and how they feel about themselves. The moment that you start to diminish someone else, you're bragging, because you should always be considerate of where that other person is in life. For example, let's say that you just fell in love and you're madly in love, but your friend just had a breakup and they're really sad. Okay. So now you go to your friend and you say, oh, I'm so in love. I'm so in love. I'm so in love. That's like rubbing salt onto the wound. So be careful. That would be bragging. Now, if you went to another friend who's madly in love and you're both talking about being madly in love, that's ringing your own bell. See the difference? You never diminish someone else with your words. If you diminish someone else with your words, you're bragging. And so remember, there's correction and there's criticism. Criticism is done to diminish you, and it's usually done publicly, like trolls. Trolls love to do that. But correction, we all need correction. I correct my husband, he corrects me. I correct my children, sometimes they correct me, and that's okay, because we love each other and we have each other's back and we want each other to succeed. That's correction, and it's done privately. It's not done publicly. But when someone does something publicly, it's usually criticism. So be very, very careful of criticism versus correction. We all need someone that we trust, that we believe in, that is knowledgeable in that area to correct us. Just because someone's good and kind and loves us doesn't mean that they're necessarily qualified to correct us in a specific area. So we have to be corrected by the right people. I don't let just anybody correct me, and I most certainly don't let anybody criticize me. I walk away. Oh yeah, I walk away. And so remember that. Success when you don't feel like it. Sometimes I'll get out of bed and I'll say, I'm tired today. I really don't want to do a 5-mile run. I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to do anything. But then I say, how do I want to be successful? What's my goal? So I get myself up, I put my running shoes on, and I get out there and I go for that run. In my little golfing community, I'm known as the lady who runs. I'm pretty well known in this little area. And I'm just, known because I'm out there. I'm on the trail every day. People see me. They may not know my name, but they know me because they see me as the lady who runs. But I'm out there every day. Success does not work 9 to 5, by the way. A lot of people think success works 9 to 5. Success works 7 days a week, except for Sunday. They don't work Sundays, but they work 7 days a week, essentially, 24 hours a day if necessary. And you do what it takes, in other words. Of course, you need rest, because you won't succeed if you're not rested. You have to be rested. And you don't wear yourself out, because if you're worn out, you're going to make mistakes, and then you're going to cause yourself problems, and you don't want to do that. But outside of that, outside of being rested, you do what it takes to be successful, and that's the difference. I was talking to my husband the other day, and we were talking about people who leave the job at 5 o'clock, right on the nose. They're out there, out the door. But the successful ones don't. The successful ones hang in there, and they do the work until they're finished. Okay. So remember, success does not work 9 to 5. Learn to listen. Become a better listener. And when you listen with your heart and your eyes, and listen to what's really being said. Don't be thinking about what you're going to say next. Oh, what am I going to say next? No, listen. Learn to listen. Some people don't deserve your time. Some people just don't deserve your time. Did you know that? And why are you wasting your time with people who don't deserve you? Like when I get on some of these YouTube channels and they're, got all this chaos and confusion and nastiness and all that. And that's where I got my trolls from. They don't deserve me. They don't deserve my time. And so I get off. I exit. In real life, I exit. I exit really, really quick. Remember, you want to be in the right places with the right people, promoting the right plans for your life. Okay. You've got to think about what you're doing. Who are you hanging out with? You know, because the people you hang out with are going to affect you. They're going to affect you. Okay. Whether you know it or not. Okay. So remember that. Remember that. And people that hang around me, you know, if they're not motivated, they're going to get motivated. Otherwise, they're out the door. Because if I can't have a positive influence on your life, you don't belong in my life. Okay. I need to have a positive influence on your life, and you need to have a positive influence on me. If you're having a negative influence on me, you're really out the door. And so, so just, you know, surround yourself with can-do people, people, you know, that are wonderful and amazing. You know, surround yourself with people like that. Okay. And I hope you all connected real well. I hope I'm still on here. I think I am. The news feed stops. And let me see what's going on here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think the news feed stopped. I can't see anything on the news feed. I hope I'm still on here. Noni May or Ruby, can you put a comment in there for me to see? Because my news feed is not working, and I'm hoping it is. Thank you. Thank you, Pink Motivation. And, you know, I'm all about living your best life. So if you want to be nasty, or you want to have some bickering, or you want to have some, you know, gossip, you're on the wrong channel, baby. You're on the wrong channel. This is about how to live your best life. I don't tell you how to live it. I'm just going to inspire you to live it, to live your best life. If you're stuck in life, then you're going to get unstuck if you're hanging around me. Okay. You're going to find ways to unstick yourself by making new positive decisions that will change your life. Okay. If you fell off the wagon, get back on the wagon. No matter how many times you have fallen off, get back on. Okay. And, you know, you're just going to do it. You know, I talk, you know, growing up, my kids being little, they know mom's wisdom. My kids are 20, 21, and 22. They get into the truck with me or the car with me, and we're driving down the road. They know they're not going to hear music. They're going to hear mom's wisdom. And you know what? My kids have got my wisdom. And especially my youngest son, he's just like me. And, okay, Ruby, Noni, am I on here still? Am I good? Okay. Okay, I hope I'm on here. Hey, Orange Cone, welcome, welcome. And if you're not, you know, if you're not connected to my channel, I hope you do connect to my channel. I don't know how all this works. I'm so new. I don't know how to put out a notice that I'm going to be on. So I'm going to try to come on around 4 o'clock every day, 4:15, somewhere around there. And, you know, sometimes I'll be on a short time. Sometimes I'll be on a long time because I'm 62 years old and I go to college and I go an hour away and I drive to and from. And then I have all this homework, which is unbelievable amounts of homework. And then I go to the gym and I work out and I have kids and I have a family and I do cooking. So my life is busy. Okay. And so thank you, Craving Crockett. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you being here, even the troll, because he gave me a view. And if I only get one troll on here at a time, I'm pretty lucky. And we did invite them. If you look at the beginning of my post, it said trolls welcome, but I didn't say trolls welcome and we're going to block you. And, you know, I have some printed up, my wisdom notes. Let me see if I can, you have the right to set standards for entrance into your life for the people who want to enter, and stay in your life. You have the right to set the standards. Don't let someone else set the standards for you. If you lower your standards, you will accept the lowering of behaviors. Be willing to get up and walk away from any situation that does not meet your standards. Okay. These are my wisdom notes that came from me. Okay. Everything you hear is from me. Have more fun moments in life, you know, re-energize your relationships. So many people say, oh, I've been married 30 years or 20 years or 5 years, and we're so bored. Oh, life is boring. Well, you re-energize it. It's up to you, not up to your spouse. You get busy. If you're a woman, get out of that old robe that you wear every night, you know, that big, ugly old robe that you're wearing, and put on something sexy and put on some high heels. I don't care what you look like. You know, put on those high heels, put on some sexy lingerie and dance around the room. That'll get your husband going. And husbands, bring your wife home some flowers and some candy and give her a big kiss. And don't sit behind the computer when your spouse walks in the door. If my husband walks in the door right now, guess what I'm going to do? You're going to see me go, I am. I will, right in front of you. I'll give him a big kiss. So don't sit behind there. Be excited about your spouse. Be excited about your kids. Be excited about your friends, okay? Quit being stuck, okay? And it's not up to your spouse to fix your marriage. It's up to you. And then your spouse will kind of follow along eventually, most likely. Guessing is for dummies. Smart people find the right information. I am opinionated. I'm okay. I think everyone should respect their own opinion. I do. I've never needed a therapist, ever. And the reason I've never needed a therapist is because I sit on my front porch and my back porch, grandma's porch, and I solve the world's problems out on my porch. Okay, my porch or my porch swing. So if you have a problem, consider sitting out there on the porch swing. Anuka, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. And I cannot promise you that I will be on here every single day, but I can tell you I will try to be on here most days. Weekends, I will be on here a little bit earlier, probably like 1, 2, or 3. And during the week, because it kind of works best for me, I get in from my college about 3, and then I can jump on about 4, 4:15, depending on, you know, how the traffic is. And so Saturdays and Sundays are a little bit more flexible. I may or may not come on every day, but if I am on Saturdays and Sundays, it'll probably be about 1 or 2. So you can kind of look for me until I figure out how to do the notice where you all can jump on. Okay. And so I don't know how many people I have on here, how many of you wonderful friends I have on here. I have no idea. It doesn't tell me. It doesn't tell me how many people I actually have that have jumped on. And it looks like a lot. It looks, and for somebody who's never done these on YouTube, this is my third one. So, you know, I hope you get something from coming on with me. And I never know what's going to happen in my house, you know, because I do have 3 young kids, and they may be out here, and one of them may come up to me and ask me a question, which is perfectly fine. But my one son is in the office watching a movie, and he did his homework earlier. He goes to college. And my other son is, we built like an apartment onto our house, just, you know, so the kids could hang out there if they wanted, or, you know, my daughter actually used it for quite a while. And then my son wanted it back because it's like an apartment area, like a guest cottage house type of thing. And so it gives them a, you know, because they're young adults and they don't always want to be around mom. Although my kids love me, they're really proud of me, and they say I'm a cool mom. So I don't know how cool I am, but they think I'm cool. So they tell all their friends about me and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, you know, if you are stuck in your life, you know, get unstuck. Your life doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful. You don't have to have perfect people, perfect relationships, perfect anything. Don't wait till you're at the end of your life to say, I wish I would have enjoyed my life more, or I wish I would have loved myself more. Love yourself now. You know, when I went through my health crisis, my number one concern was for my children. I didn't want to leave them. That's 10 years ago. And I'm fine now. But then, you know, it was scary. It was scary for me. And my second biggest concern, I didn't want to lose me. I didn't want to lose Dianna Brianne. She's amazing. She's wonderful. Talking in third person, I I love myself. I love being me. And so don't wait your whole life to, say, oh, I love being me. It's too late now. Don't do that. Don't do that. Love yourself now. Love who you are now. And so if you're stuck, make changes, whether they're big changes or little itty bitty changes daily. Doesn't matter. Little changes will add up if they're consistent and you do them and they're the right choices and decisions for your life. So you don't want to stay stuck, because a lot of people stay stuck out of fear. They're afraid. They're afraid to make a change. They're afraid. Fear holds us back. Fear is designed to protect us. Okay, fear is a good thing. If a bear is charging at me through the woods, fear, I want fear. I want to get out of its way. But I don't want to be fearful of coming on lives and being with you and saying, well, we're going to get a troll, so I better not get on, or we're going to get 5 trolls, or we're going to get 10 trolls. And what if they say something unkind to my friends? Or what if they say something unkind to me? Who cares? I can live it. I can deal with it. Don't let yourself be talked out of things. We can talk ourselves into things, and we can talk ourselves out of things. Don't talk yourself out of what's right. Talk yourself out of what's wrong. Okay, if something's not right for your life, talk yourself out of it. But if something's right for your life, talk yourself into it. Okay, and so thank you. I can't read the whole comment, Anuka, because I don't have the glasses on. And the reason I take my glasses off is because one of the things that I have read is that there's glare or shine, and I don't want to do that. Okay, so I try to take them off. But like I said, I'm going to read every single one of your comments tonight. I like that. I like to do that. And it helps me to get to know who you are, because remember, what you say reflects the kind of person you are. And if you ask me a question that's invasive, that reflects who you are. If you ask me a question that's polite and kind and nice and thoughtful, that shows who you are. So I love to go back. I study people. I love to know people. And something I feel, and I don't know if you feel this, but I feel people's spirit. I can know a name. I don't even know sometimes whether they're male or female. But I can feel it. I can feel what kind of person they are. I don't know. I can feel it. I can look at a name and say, I can feel this person. Their spirit is good. They're not so good, And I believe we're all souls. We're souls walking around in human form. And we're given this life to live out. We all have divine connections, divine assignments, divine purpose. And, our purpose in life unfolds throughout our lives. And often our purpose comes from the problems and things that we have been through. People feel they think they're damaged. Oh, I was so damaged early on. This happened to me. But you know what? You went through that because part of that is going to lead you to your purpose. And it's going to lead you to something good, not to something bad. Now, a lot of people turn to something bad when something bad has happened to them. But smart people take what was bad for them and turn it into something good. And that's part of your divine purpose. And your divine purpose will always be connected in some way to helping others, the right others. You're not designed to help everyone. You're designed to help specific people. You're given certain gifts, talents, and abilities to help certain people. You're not there for everybody. You're there for specific people. And so my gift of wisdom is a God-given gift. It's how I live my life. And like I said, I don't impose it upon anyone else. It's how I live my life. But I do want to see other people live their best lives. And so I come on here. And when I came on here, I didn't come on here for any particular reason other than just to share, to make friends, and to maybe inspire others to get back out there in life and live their very best life. At 62 years old, I'm not letting life pass me by. I'm out there exercising, going to college, painting paintings, being a mom. I'm really living life fully. So don't let anyone tell you that you're too old, you're too fat, you're too skinny, you're too this, you're too that. Just be you. Just be you. Just be the beautiful, best you that you can be. Okay. Well, I've been on here a long time. I think I've been on here an hour and 9 minutes. I have no idea how many have come on, but let me just once again put my glasses on, and I will take a quick look. And then before I go to the gym to do my workout, I will go through each of your, either before or after I get back from the gym, I will go through each one of your comments. I love to do that. I love to do that. And Great Informer, hello. And Joe, awesome one. And yes. Well, thank you all. And I'm going to go. And my news feed stopped again. So I have no clue whether we are working, not working. Thank you, GNP, Relaxing Sounds. Great to see you. And I am going to go now. Okay. And I thank you for all your beautiful comments. I thank you. Thank you, Pam, for coming on. Thank you. Thank you. May God bless you. Okay. And so how do we do it? How do we do this? I'll take my glasses off. From my house to your house. God bless you. And I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.